Hello, everybody. This is Gerald Salenti, and it's Thursday, October 2nd, 2025. And here are some of today's trends in the news. Remember, the trend is your friend, and nobody gives them to you like we do in the Trends Journal. So subscribe to the Trends Journal if you want to get history before it happens for the grand total of $2.59 a week. Magazine over 200 pages each week, around that. Again, from high-tech science to AI, geopolitics, economics, we give you technocracy, what nobody else gives you anywhere. So support us because we're supporting you. And if you want to know history before it happens and what to do when the future's coming, only the Trend Journal tells you. So let's go on to the markets. Oh, the shutdown, that's the big news, right? Markets don't care. The indexes, they all closed at record highs again. S&P was up 0.6%, Dow up 78 points plus. NASDAQ is only up about 0.39. And according to CNBC, the tech-heavy index also hit new intraday record. As well, supported by gains of NVIDIA, shares reached an all-time high as investors continue to pile in to the artificial intelligence giant. Artificial intelligence. Orwell couldn't have come up with a better name. The dot-com bust is going to happen. They're over-investing in these markets. Big time. It's just a matter of time. And it may be this month. October is not a happy month for the market sometimes. You forgot about the crash of 29? How about the one in 87? Yeah. October ain't the best. And that Treasury Secretary, the arrogant guy, Bessent, told CNBC Thursday that gross domestic product may see a hit as a result of the current government shutdown. It's going to see a hit anyway. The hit's coming. Again, with the fear of tariffs, everything was artificially propped up. Everybody started buying stuff because they felt the prices were going to go up. The companies, the people, it's going down. And Trump said that Democrats have given him unprecedented opportunity to cut federal agencies. By the way, which I'm totally in favor of. Get rid of all of these, not only federal, get rid of the local and state as well agencies. There's a goddamn crime syndicate with a bunch of scumbags running the show. And what else do they say? Oh, the shutdown will also, the non-farm payroll report will not be released tomorrow. And now there's more and more expectation that the Fed's going to cut interest rates. And Challenger Gray and Christmas reported yesterday that hiring is at the lowest rate since 2009. 2009, the height of the Great Recession. And that's where hiring is. New hirings total 204,939 so far in 2025, down 58% from the same period a year ago. All right? And again, they didn't release the initial job claims today. And Friday's non-farm payrolls from the Bureau of Labor Statistics also won't be released. So bad times are ahead. And Brent crude, want to see bad times? $64 a barrel and change. Way more supply than demand. Bitcoin, we kept saying it every podcast, every week in your Trends Journal. Oh, Bitcoin's down to $109,000. Oh, and we said, get over this stuff. The Trump team is in this thing big time. Him, his family, the Witkoffs, the Lutnicks, the Jerkoffs, the scumbags, the crypto team, his family, friends, They're going to do everything they can to push the price up. Oh, remember, not long ago it was 109,000 a coin. Now, $120,490 as we go on the year. All right, up almost 10,000 bucks. So we're very bullish on it because it's a crime syndicate, and the criminals in charge will do everything they can to make their dough. Love it, hate it, don't want it, what it is. We're bullish because of what's going on. Gold was down a bit today, down $9 and change, but selling at $3,855 an ounce. Yeah. $3,855 an ounce. When we called the golden year for gold, it was selling at 2,041 bucks. All right. And that's why you subscribe to the Trends Journal. It's not what we like, what we want, what we wish for. It's what is. So there you got it. That's on the market front. And silver was down 32 cents, but it's almost $47 an ounce, man. It was like 38 bucks, just a couple of weeks ago. So it's the geopolitical and socioeconomic instability is what's driving this up. And again, they're going to lower interest rates. The deeper the dollar falls, the higher precious metals go up because they're dollar-based. It becomes cheaper in other countries to buy them. And again, it's the number one safe haven asset. But, in the new digital world, there's going to be digital coins. It's the future. No way around it. It's going to be it. They know every penny you spent, where you spent it, what you spent it on, most of all, so they can get their tax money from you. Because the politicians don't have to work. Yep. The puppeteers. And all we are the puppets. Plantation workers of Slavelandia. DeepSeek unveils AI model that slashes cost. This is in the Wall Street Journal yesterday. Chinese AI developer DeepSeek has released an experimental large language model that it says has much better training and reasoning and which can operate at a lower cost. We note this because there's going to be a dot-com bust. China is going to lead the world in AI, and India right behind it. The world has gone AI. The world is totally digital. And you got to go by the numbers. You're looking at 2.8 billion between those two countries versus what, 847 million in a dumbing down America. It ain't what it used to be, Silicon Con men. Whole different trip. So get ready for your dot-com bust 2.0. It's coming sooner rather than later. This is an article in the Wall Street Journal yesterday. Nervous investors fret stocks are too hot. No kidding. No kidding. The numbers are all there. The magnificent 7 big technology companies, Alphabet, Amazon, Apple, Meta platforms, Microsoft, NVIDIA, and Tesla, recently made up almost 37% of the S&P 500. Yep. You got a handful is going up. And so let's see. You had a 14% gain in the S&P 500. The Dow Industrials and NASDAQ Composite are up 9.1% and 17% respectively. How much is gold up? About 45%. Play the markets, play the markets. Silver up like 60%. Here, finally, an article in the Wall Street Journal today. Golden age for uncertainty. Government shutdowns aren't good for much beyond politics, political point scoring, unless, that is, you own gold. The lockdowns have fucking nothing to do with gold prices going up. You got it? Total fucking bullshit. 47% increase in price of gold in the first 3 quarters of this year. Nothing to do with the shutdown. Again, if the shutdown was going to be danger ahead, the markets would be crashing. Total bullshit. Factory activity shrinks again. Yeah, no kidding. ConAgra profits hit as buyers curb snacking. They got no dough. Again, you look at the numbers. The 1% responsible for almost 50% of the spending in America. 1%. So the people that eat this junk, they're not buying it anymore because they don't got the dough. Automakers brace for EV slump. No kidding. How long we've been saying this? Not in China, going up in Europe, and not in America. Again, we've been writing about this in your Trends Journal for years. We said it ain't going to be big here for a long time. What else? Private sector jobs plummet. The U.S. shed 32,000 private sector jobs in September payroll. ADP said yesterday. Hey, but the markets are going up. The markets are going up. Shut the hell up, all right? Tiny little articles hidden there and there. Don't make big news about it. Student loan debt is strangling Gen X. Yep. Unbelievable, the student debt. And you want me to pay it off? I got a degree in art history. It only costs me, I'm only $200,000 in debt. This is serious. Again, it's bullshit that, they're getting a break and don't have to pay it back. Fuck off. I got to pay the loans I got. What are you? Oh, I went to college. Big deal. But the big deal is AI is taking a lot of jobs, and young people, we've been writing about this in the magazine, aren't finding the jobs getting out of college. This is serious. The middle class keeps shrinking, but the rich keep getting richer. I wonder why they had an off with their heads. Get ready for an off with their heads 2.0 in a country near you. Big deals push M&A activity above $1 trillion in the third quarter. This is according to Financial Times. $1 trillion. Chip gear makers agree to combine. Yep. A $4.4 billion deal. One after another, we put them all in the Trends Journal week after week. The bigs are getting bigger, and the lower interest rates fall, the more the M&A activity goes up. Yep. And the more the M&A activity goes up, the bigger the bust, because a few own a lot. And there's going to be big losses in different fields. Coty sales of beauty brands after $12.5 billion punt on cosmetic disappoints. Yeah. All right, then on to the international news. This is the Wall Street Journal today. Hamas signals it's open to peace plan. Trump endorsed peace deal offers Netanyahu victory lap. All right. Will there be a peace deal? We'll see. But we've heard this over and over again, and what's not talked about is that Israel violated the last ceasefire deal in mid-March. All the details are in your Trends Journal. An article in the toilet paper record today, a couple of them. Much of Gaza's largest urban center is flattened. Isn't that nice? Bombed to ruins. Hamas lives in every house, in every hospital, in every school, in every church, in every mosque. Where's the outrage? Where is the outrage? Where are the people? Hey, all your religions, where are you? Where are you? Got lockjaw? Gutless. An overwhelming exodus as Israel pounds Gaza. Yep, isn't that nice? Israel military says 780,000 people left Gaza City. 780,000 people. Think of the place where you live and imagine everybody I mean, I'm only in Kingston. There's what, 24,000 people here. 780,000 people forced out of their homes, living in tents and starving to death, and being killed every day by the hundreds. And nobody cares. I do. I'm doing everything I can with Occupy Peace. I'm a warrior for the Prince of Peace. Where are the other people? Hey, I just heard Musk is now worth $500 billion. Hey, Cazzo. How about $1 billion for peace? Hey, how about $1 billion for our peace movement? Fuck off, Salenti. I want to get $600 billion. All right. I'm not going to give you any money. Where are the billionaires? Not a penny for peace. American support for Israel has declined dramatically at poll finds. In the aftermath of Hamas attack on Israel on October 7th, 2023, it's going to go almost just a couple of days away from 2 years. American voters sympathized with Israel over Palestinians, with 47% siding with Israel and 20% with Palestinians. In a new poll, 34% say they side with Israel and 35% side with Palestine. 31% said they were unsure or backed both equally. Majority of American voters now oppose sending additional economic and military aid to Israel. Yep. Stop stealing our money to keep the slaughter going. Judge rebukes Trump for targeting non-citizens over pro-Palestinian speech. You can't be pro-Palestine. You got to be pro-genocide. That's according to the current administration. Israeli Navy intercepts aid boats near Strip. Isn't that great? Aid boats. Intercepted. Not allowed to happen. U.S. to provide Kyiv with intelligence and missile strikes deep inside Russia. The Wall Street Journal today. And other reports. Isn't that great? Hey, what are you talking about? You elect me, I'm going to end that war in 24 hours. Right? Hey, now that I'm elected, I'm going to end that war before I get into office. Hey, how about Kellogg Frosty Flakes? Oh, yeah, the U.S. envoy over there. In January, he said we're going to end that war in 100 days. 100 days. What bullshit. Yep. Crisis is unfolding at Russian-held nuclear power plant. We warned about this was going to happen. Russia and Ukraine have different explanations as to why electrical power was lost and why it's still not being restored. Russia says Ukrainian artillery severed the line and renders repairs too dangerous. We've been writing about this since this happened. When there's going to be a false flag attack, they're going to bomb a nuclear power plant. Russia's bombing the Ukrainian infrastructure, and Ukraine is bombs away over the Russian oil depots and on. This thing is going to keep escalating. EU aims to tap Russian billions for Kyiv. Europe proposes using frozen assets without legally stealing the Russian money. Moscow indicates retaliation if Europe uses Russian assets for Ukraine. Amid a plan to lend $165 billion to Kyiv using Russian state assets, European officials are mindful of the possibility of a blowback as they gather to discuss the idea. Yep. Isn't that nice? This thing's going to ramp up. Russia said today there is no Cold War with the West because it was now a fiery conflict, and that the European Union and NATO military alliance were lying about Moscow's alleged sabotage operations to justify vast military spending. We've been reporting this in the magazine. Harry Mertz Oh, yeah, Germans only killed a lot of people in World War I, World War II. Those Germans, yeah. We got to stop them Russians. They only killed 25 million of them in Operation Barbarossa in World War I. And now Germany, the largest economy in Europe, the third largest in the world, is taking out $1 trillion to build their military up. And now infrastructure, we can all the tanks. All right? One country in Europe after another building up their military. This is serious. This is serious. Yep. President tells military brass to fight enemy within U.S. Top military leaders told U.S. cities could be training grounds. Isn't that nice? Isn't that great? Trump to send more troops to U.S. cities. I'm telling you, this is serious stuff going on here. If we don't unite for peace, we're going to die in war. So please do what you can to occupy peace. Again, we need all the money we could get. We need the hundreds of millions to the billions to get the word out and change it. And you could see how the change could happen with that little boy of nothing that's going to be the next mayor in New York City. This is New York City. This isn't, Akron, Ohio, or Columbus. This isn't, a tiny little town. This is like the #1 city in America. And you got a little nobody that's going to win because the people there in New York City, particularly the young people, are fed up with the crap going on. And he's promising them kind of what Trump's promised them, but in a different way. Free bus rides, cheaper groceries, this and that, cut the rents back, tax the rich. Again, like it, don't like it, it's what it is. But he's winning. And we the people, the money that I want to get is to start a We the People's Party. I own the domain name, wethepeoplesparty.us and .world. We got to make it happen. It's up to we the people. I had enough of this shit about the puppeteers treating we the people like puppets. And there's an article in the New York Times. Can college students mingle for an hour without phones? That shows you how fucked up everything is. Again, I don't carry a cell phone. Again, it doesn't change my life. People are addicted to this stuff. They're not reading. They're not learning. They're not listening. The whole world has changed, and it goes back to AI. Young people, China, 70% 18-year-olds are going to college. Before Clinton brought them into the World Trade Organization, only 10% were going. The future is theirs when it comes to AI and high tech. So there you have some of it. We took off this week with Celente and the Judge, but we'll be back next week. See you then and see you sooner.